for coming. Hi.
Yeah.
Wait, that was Link.
Wow, so many beautiful faces and cosplays and everything. Hello, everyone.
What's up? Happy Saturday.
Hi there, welcome to the Chainsaw Man panel.
Oh, that's what this is?
Yes.
Oh, shoot. I wasn't ready.
Interesting. I thought this was the dog convention.
Dog convention? Where are they? Where's the dog? Oh, there he is. You're a good boy,
You got the
aren't
dog
you?
in him.
So we'll start with introductions, and they'll introduce themselves far better than I ever could. Sarah?
Hi, my name is Sarah Wiedenheft, and I voice Power from Chainsaw Man.
Hello, my name is Suzie Yeung, and I voice Makima.
Hi, my name is Ryan Colt Levy, and I voice your boy Denji.
So for the format, we'll just have some questions for all three of them that they'll answer in turn, and then after about 20 minutes, I'll hand it over to you. Okay? So for the first question, and we will start with Suzie.
Me?
How do you connect to your character on a personal level? Like, how do you associate and key into your character's mentality, personality, wants, desires, etc.?
You gave me a hard one right off the bat.
You're just a boss in real life.
I mean, I wish I was as intimidating as Makima was. Oh no. Yeah. I mean, I try to be calm. I just feel like Makima is actually very far from my actual personality. But, you know, when I have to lock in, that's when I get down to it. Yeah.
There have been so many times where we would record, and like knowing Suzie first, and then, you know, like, everyone's seen the show, right? Yeah. Okay.
No, not at all, no.
Jeff, you worked on it, Jeff.
Where are you, Uni?
Thank you for coming.
There's a scene in episode 5 where Makima is very persuasive with Denji, and I remember she recorded first, and then I go in to record, and like Mike's like, all right, we're just gonna do the scene, and we go through, we finish, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, Suzie.
Suzie. Goodness gracious.
I remember hearing her in the trailer and being like, ma'am.
Sorry.
How about for you, Sarah? Same question.
Oh yes, the question. That is very important and hard to
How you relate to your...
Yes, I relate to her in some ways. Not many, but some. Mostly that I am a little sister and I know how to be very, very annoying, and so I lean into that. And I know everything about her wants to make others suffer and have enjoyment from that. And so, yeah, I just embody that. It's true, yeah.
Our chaos gremlin.
So
Yeah.
a short walk. And how about for you? Sorry.
What did you say?
Nothing.
I couldn't hear you. Say it into your mic.
Same for me.
Same for you, sir.
I feel a lot like Power. No,
So you don't shower?
Oh, I knew
every
it.
couple.
Explains it. That perfume of yours.
Yeah. Masks everything. Weirdly enough, I relate to Denji in a lot of ways because when I first found the manga, I was living in a garage unit apartment behind a house that didn't have a kitchen. So I had a table with a hot plate, and my vocal booth was next to my fridge. So anytime I had to do an audition or record any sessions or anything, I had to unplug my fridge. So like, depending on the amount of hours it was for a session, I was like, all right, don't keep dairy in there. Like, all right, like just kind of, you know. But I fully understand like that level of desperation and hunger and survival instinct, and there's weirdly a gratitude. I mean, I am grateful for every moment of every day, especially now. And I think what I think is so beautiful about Denji is that he takes nothing for granted in the tiniest of ways, and it's like such a beautiful lesson that I'm always trying to also keep in mind. but definitely been on the struggle path, so yeah, for sure.
Okay. So what was your casting experience like? Did you carry that in when you did casting?
When I was cast, you mean
For the role of him?
Well, I had read the manga years before the show got announced, and it was the first time in a long time that I fell in love with... I couldn't remember the last time I read a manga. I had been working full-time doing voiceover, and I was like getting back into a lot of anime and stuff, but I've always been a really obsessively nerdy movie kid. And this was the first time I opened up something and it was deeply cinematic. It spoke my language. It was vulgar and violent and beautiful and sweet and tender and bizarre. And I just like fell so deeply in love with it. And I really connected with Denji, and I felt so protective for a character like that, because I feel like he just was so unique and raw, and we so rarely get that. And I did not think that I was going to even get to audition for it, because at the time I was like, I'm a total small fry, nobody knows who I am, and this will eventually become a show, and when it does, they're going to cast somebody way more, well-off and established and, trustworthy, and I can't wait to just watch it. So when the audition went through, I was actually in denial, and I thought that it was sent to me by mistake. And so I held off for a minute, and then I called a friend that I knew worked at Crunchyroll as a director, and I was like, I couldn't even say it by name. I was like, hey, so I got this audition, and I don't think I was supposed to. And she was like, listen, I don't know what's going on, but like, you should read for it. You're a dummy if you don't. And so I sent it in, and then after getting the part, it was one of those like weird fever dream things where it was more like I just felt really responsible to not screw it up. But I feel so connected to him that like I just try and be as genuine to where he's at as possible. So yes.
What was your casting experience like, Sarah?
It was hell. I had no idea about the manga beforehand, but I did remember seeing their faces all over the internet. But my partner had most of the volumes, so I just grabbed the ones where she showed up, and I thought that she was actually more psychotic than she is in the book. Actually, I thought she was more psychotic. If you can actually believe that. So my audition was a little bit all over the place too. I still have it actually. I have it saved on my computer, and I heard it recently.
Might be good on Instagram.
Yeah, I thought like she maybe wouldn't be able to control volume and would just be like all of a sudden like yelling in the middle of her sentence, and then
It's
go
like
back
Austin
to
Powers.
Yeah.
I can't control the volume of my voice.
And I hate devils too. Anyways, but yeah, I wasn't expecting anything from that because I knew that there'd be like thousands of people auditioning for that. But cut to it actually happening, and I thought I was in trouble at first because Mike, the director, he's like, after a session I had with him, he's like, hey, I booked us a little conference room to have a chat after. I was like, and I like tried to leave, and then he's like, all right, let's go. I was like, what did I do? Oh my God, what did I do? What did I do to upset him?
It's like, we've seen you stealing the chips from the snack room too many times.
I took 2 drinks, I'm only supposed to take 1. They finally found it on tape. But no, he told me then, and I was really excited, and I screamed in the elevator on the way down. No one was in there with me, thank goodness. They would be terrified. But yeah, that was about it. It's been a really, really, really fun ride, and I'm really glad I got to do it with these folks too. It's been even better with them.
And you, Suzie, what was your casting experience like?
Well, I mean, like Sarah, I hadn't read the manga beforehand, but I did see lots of fan art, particularly of Power and Makima everywhere.
Mind your business.
Yeah. So when I got the audition, I was like, oh, this is the thing that everybody's been talking about. Like everyone was just losing their minds over it. I was like, oh yeah, you know, it seems really cool. Like, I'll give it a shot, but I also don't think that I would get it because there's thousands of auditions. But I actually spent way more time on Power than Makima's audition. I think for Makima's audition, I did maybe like 2 takes and then just sent it off because I was like, I don't know, is this what she is? But for Power, I was like, you know, trying to get it right, I guess. But obviously could not match Sarah's energy.
Funnily enough, it was me the opposite too.
Oh,
I
really?
tried harder on because I was like, I don't know what to do for her.
That's a very good lesson for anybody who is an actor out there.
Yeah.
It tells you a lot. That you
I was like, I don't know,
play your
maybe.
strengths.
Exactly, like you never know. And like, anyway, so I did receive a text message from Mike, and I never got one before from him, so I'm like, this has to be only one thing. You must be contacting me for the thing. So I was extremely elated to be part of it. I was just shocked because it was so many people auditioned, and out of those people, we were selected. And so the moment was just very surreal to me. Yeah.
So the opposite text message experience happened for me, because when I got the text from Mike, I was still in denial. So I had done the audition, I got a call back for Denji, and then like a week later, I get a text from Mike. And Mike I've known for a little bit, you know. We, even though he's in Dallas and I'm in LA, whenever he's in town, he'll let me and like other, you know, people know that he's friends with, and we'll do like a brunch or like whatever. And sometimes I don't even get to see him. But he sent me a text, and I thought, oh, maybe he's in town. He's like, hey, you around this afternoon? So he's like, hey man, you have a second to talk? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And then my phone instantly rings, and I was like, that's weird. So he's like, hey man, how's it going? I'm like, good dude, what's going on? He's like, oh, you know, I just got back from con, I've been just going through all these auditions, and yeah, it's been so crazy, but I'm gonna be directing Chainsaw Man. And I'm like, dude, that is so fucking cool, oh my god, like I'm so excited for you, that is so incredible. I am not processing.
Yes, what this means.
Sweet boy.
And in the industry we have NDAs, which essentially means like when you're working on a thing, you don't talk about it with people that are not also working on the thing. I am not taking that in. And so, and then as he's also reading that through the phone, so he's kind of, you know, pulling the taffy, and I'm slowly, my chest is getting tighter because I'm like, wait, why is he talking to me about this? And then I further deduced that I was like, well, surely he's probably already assembled and has been working on the dub. And he's probably towards the end of the first episode and like needs a couple of homies to be some zombies, you know? So I'm waiting for him to be like, and Denji's gonna cut you in half. And then he's like, and you're gonna be our Denji. And then the bomb drops and I like wake up from my coma, and and then he was like, do you want to know who the other guys are? And I was like, yes, please. So he told me the squad, and I could not have been more excited because individually, as you see, the two of them are extraordinary, as is Reagan, who I had the pleasure of working with before. And it's a rare thing because you don't get to choose your castmates. It's a rare thing to be with people that you not only like truly love, but admire and know that they will raise you as a performer. It's such a beautiful privilege to get to do this with them. It is crazy that we get to do this. I'm so lucky.
No me.
So the three of you work together in the same facility during the same time, and you travel together for con.
Well, no and yes.
Okay,
So
yeah, can you explain that?
yeah, so Suzie and I both live in Los Angeles. Sarah is in Dallas. Reagan, who plays Aki, is also in Dallas. Crunchyroll is in Dallas. But we actually do our work remote from LA. And when we're doing this stuff, we actually are never in the room at the same time. We're always kind of staggered. So sometimes one person may start the scene, like Sarah may have recorded before me, so I may go in and get to play off her, or vice versa.
Which is the best thing ever.
Yeah, play off with Sarah, yeah.
Whenever I hear Sarah laugh, I need a good 2 minutes to recover before I can go in for my line.
Yeah. There have been times where, like, even if I don't have scenes with her directly in a session, Mike will, like, at work break or something, will be like, do you want to hear the thing that Sarah did earlier? And I'll be like, yeah, fucking play it.
Like real sad. I think Reagan said at some point he did the really sad scene. He's like, you want to listen to what Sarah did?
Oh, yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
you guys were so...
So how is that as an acting challenge to act against the static performance of someone else versus the bouncing back and forth reciprocity that we're accustomed to on stage or in other mediums? How does that make it different for you? I'll give this one to Sarah.
Whoa, can you back up one more time? Back it up.
She was thinking about cheese.
Yeah. What was that
So
again?
you're acting against someone's performance that has already been laid down, instead of them being with you back and forth reciprocity from line to line. How does that change your approach to your material?
Well, you're basically in an echo chamber, and I am doing my best to just kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Predict what they may or may not do, and just based on this, what's going on before she starts talking, I'll read whatever their lines are and be like, they're probably going to emphasize these kinds of things, so I'm going to make sure that I'm hitting these kinds of stuff. There's a lot of calculations going on in my brain. You do not want to be in here, though.
Do you argue or debate who should perform a particular scene and get the lines down first for the other to react to, or is it based upon character?
It's just scheduling.
No, it's
Yeah.
scheduling.
It's just
scheduling.
who's
There's
available
nothing
for what,
else.
because we're all working on different things at different times. So
Yeah.
it could just be like Sarah's available on Thursday from 2 to 6, and so like it really can just be ramshackle.
Yeah. It can be really hard to be the first person to lay down the foundation, but it's still really fun.
Well, also,
you can mess with people too.
Well, and having a director like Mike, like that's really the thing that the director's strength is they're the one who is controlling all of us, right? So like they understand the ultimate tone of the scene, and also kind of what Sarah was saying is like, we all know each other, we know each other as performers, so there's a certain understanding of like predictability or knowing how to balance it out, because like nobody's trying to win the scene, like that's stupid, like you want to make something together, you might, but no, it's like you're trying to make something together, so it really is about like how do you build the sandwich in the way that it's the most delicious.
Yeah, sandwich.
I can do a sandwich. Yes.
The toast.
Horseradish. Okay, well, I think we are good to open it up for questions on the floor now. I see that we have 2 microphones, one set up here, one set up here. Would we be willing to establish lines at either place, and then we will take people one at a time?
Yeah.
Right.
Don't be shy. Let's get
Hell
some
yeah.
cues. What about the left side? Yeah.
Sir, I see
Is it
you
sad?
are lined up. Do you have a question?
It can be anything.
Chainsaw Man!
Well, not anything. but-
Chainsaw Man Fair!
Oh no.
Who let him in here?
I'm conducting a survey.
We may need everybody's help.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much does the future rule? Say it with me, dudes! The future rules!
Landon McDonald. Ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Hello, hello, hello. My name is Landon McDonald, but you might know me better as the Future Devil. Thank you very much. You also might know me as Vice Captain Hoshina in Kaiju number 8, Rampo in Bungo Stray Dogs, and Kazuki in Buddy Daddies. Oh, that got a big bump.
That's
Wow.
right. You like that?
So how are you guys?
Doing
How's your
good.
Katsucon been so far? Love it. That's what I love to hear.
I think what we should do for the questions, we'll like ping pong.
Yes.
Ping pong back and
The left side looks a little empty, and the right side's kind of showing you
This
guys
is
up.
this is a heavy.
Got it, yeah. There must be.
Well, for that, we're gonna let the left side go first.
Okay,
Then.
I'm still pulling for left.
Respect the balance. Have you seen the sequence?
Well, that is it, Tom.
Oh.
Hello.
You got it.
Doing great.
So my question is, so when you're focused in your character, do you feel like you become your character, or is it like, does it get hard to get off your character when it's stopped?
Good question.
Because I hear a lot of people that I talked to my dad about it, where actors become their characters and they have to like get out or remember that, hey, I'm not this character anymore. I'm me. So that's a good question.
I mostly have a hard time with the voice. Getting out of that after a session. Yeah. Like I'm still like talking in it after I get out, and I'd be like, okay, I am not be talking like that for the rest of the day. I'll tell you what. Right.
That's all my question. Thank you.
Thank stronger than you realize.
I'm so sorry.
You are amazing. We love you.
I'm sorry, I'm giggling so hard.
No worries, take your time.
Your laughter is so infectious.
You have a great laugh. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
You have like Sarah's laugh.
Yeah.
Witch cackle, man. Let's go.
Have a laugh off.
Okay. How do you even like get into voice acting?
Well, that's probably the way, like the getting into part is probably the hardest question to answer because there's no real like, you email this person or you knock on this person's door. So much of it is just, it's the same questions of how do you get into the movies. You know, it is training, you know, you want to really, as if you were, the easiest like analog I can make is like if you wanted to be a professional baseball player, if you wanted to be a pitcher, you would be spending hours outside working on your pitch, and you would go to the gym every day, and you would be working on your nutrition and all the things outside of it to work towards maybe getting scouted and, you know, all of those things. So it's similar as an actor where it doesn't matter how talented you are, how much you've worked it out, how much you put into it, there's still no guarantee that anything really comes of it. So the biggest thing first and foremost that I think all of us would say is you have to love it as a passion, the craft of acting, find a great acting school or a teacher or something to throw yourself into just to like get into playing and enjoying the process. And then there are steps from there to take, but if you haven't explored that yet and like throwing yourself into it, it's the most beautiful way to start. And I often suggest to people, even if they don't want to be an actor, to take an acting class because it's such a wonderful way to like get out of your own comfort zone and explore parts of yourself. So, no, that's it.
Thank you.
My pleasure. You're amazing. Yo.
Hello.
Are you where the wild things are?
No, it's
Oh, you look so cozy.
No, my stuff is here. It's actually the SCP. That's a long story behind that. But first of all, good to see you guys. Welcome to Katsu.
Thank you.
Love
Katsu.
First Katsu?
No, this is my second. I went there last year.
I know it. I saw
Yay,
you.
Chris Hackney,
thank you
our
for
radio cousin.
welcoming me. I love Katsu.
As for me, last time I was in DC, I couldn't drive. I was 15 years old. But yeah, my very first Katsucon, but loving it so far. My gosh, the Gaylord is sensory overload in the best kind of way.
Okay, how am I going to word this question? So, Ryan,
Oh, I'm curious.
this is for you, because especially knowing that you read the manga when it first came out, I want to know did you have like a real emotional impact, like rereading the scene and basically acting it out, the part where.
Oh wait, hold on. Is this something that's been in the anime?
Yes.
Okay, I just don't want to spoil for anybody. I was just like, oh god.
Also, you have a very
Yeah.
you have a very comforting voice, by the way.
Yeah, you do. It's wonderful. Thank you.
I was starting to go into cozy zone.
Yeah. It's like a cozy, like fireside chat storytelling vibe.
Yes. Oh my gosh, please.
I mean, I would love to get a voice actor one day. That would be awesome.
Yes.
That way I can be like you guys.
Yeah.
But back to the question. When you first read the scene, and this is in episode 1.
Oh yeah.
The part where basically Pochita like gives Denji his heart. Like, how did you feel acting that out?
I actually still get really emotional when I watch that scene. That's one of my favorite moments because it's such a genuine, like unconditional love thing, you know. And I had a pet that was my best friend, and when she passed, that was like the hardest thing ever. Yeah. And there's just something about, you know, in just a few chapters, you know, not as one chapter technically, in just a few pages, this really profound connection comes from a character that you already get such a massive sense that has never had any sense of care or affection, and for, you know, another being to be like, I'm going to give this to you in order for this really beautiful desire. It's like a really affecting, you know, wonderful, while also being very bizarre and surreal, the way that's framed in a dumpster. It's like, it's so, you know, and you know that it's like some kind of weird other liminal space that they're existing in because they're both currently like hacked into pieces. It's like there's so many layers of it that are so bizarre. But yeah, I absolutely loved playing that scene, and Mike is really wonderful about like quiet, sensitive moments, about like letting you do it a couple times to find like the right balance that you want. But then when I saw it like fully played out with everything for the first time, and the music and everything, like, it's genuinely beautiful. It's so cool. So it's the first time I can watch a show that I'm in where I can take myself out of it and just like experience the whole picture, just because I'm such a super fan. So it's really special.
Beautiful. I love that. And also one more thing.
Yeah.
To Suzie and basically to the whole cast. Thank you for being a part of like such a show that is like, it's like traumatic, but at the same time you like heal and grow as you go along with it. So thank you guys for being here and being a part of this.
Thank you so much. We're very honored to be part of this.
And also Vegeta says, you know, welcome back, because he actually seen Suzie like a couple of times.
Thank you, Pochita. I love you.
Hello.
Hi. Thank you guys for being here and opening up questions and whatnot. I'm curious if while you guys are filming, or I guess recording fighting scenes, and you have to like moan and groan, does that get really awkward for you, or is it like just another day at the office?
In the office. No, wait, whoa. Now I'm confused. Fighting scenes?
No, not biting, fighting.
Yeah.
Fighting.
I will answer. I got you, Sarah. No, I got this.
It's okay. It's okay. We have brain cells.
You know what? It's kind of all different depending. Like, we're definitely at a point where I think, I don't want to say like desensitized. So sometimes you have to make some sounds that out of context. You're like, well, that could really be misinterpreted. But like the fighting stuff, especially like the feral Denji stuff, is like some of my favorite to do because it's so like visceral and primal, and you don't have to worry about necessarily like, there's dialogue there sometimes, but like that first episode of him just like mowing through zombies, like I'm just swinging my arms, my tongue is out, like I look completely insane, and I'm having a blast. Like most of the time, I'm done with fight episodes, I'm actually sweating, and it's like really messy, and it is like the most, like you get like runner's high, like you kind of just have like this buzz. It's so much fun. But yeah, there's definitely times like you'll make sounds and do takes, and afterwards we just laugh at ourselves because it is very silly.
I'm sure you have a fair share of that.
Oh yeah.
Sarah.
Also, are you here representing the Catholic Church?
Sort of.
I thought I recognized you. Okay. The church's mascot. Oh my gosh. I will say though, I have been decapitated in every major battle shonen there is, pretty much. You're not a real anime protag until you have cut off my head. This gentleman did that in episode 2, I believe. Not the future devil, but the first Chainsaw Man character I had was a gentleman who was in his apartment, minding his own business, just eating pigeon heads, as many of us do, when he was rudely set upon and decapitated.
He had pincers on his face.
That's true.
In his defense, it was weird. We didn't like that.
Thank you.
Wonderful question. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, so I have two questions. One's for Suzie, and the second one's for the rest of you. Okay, so Suzie, out of all the Hoyoverse characters you've voiced, Hanya, Piper, I forgot her name from Genshin.
Eula? Yeah.
Which one is your favorite?
Jeff?
Which one is your favorite?
Piper. Hands down, Piper. Just because, like, she's such a little old man. And she's got this little twang going, and it's just so fun. Like, I love playing more serious characters too, but I think when I get to be, like, goofy,
It's very liberating.
It's very liberating. So, when I am Makima, I get to balance it out a little bit. But no, I do love playing goofy characters a lot.
Alright, okay.
Thank
you. Okay, as for the rest of you, since I already asked Suzie this, what are your your thoughts on the Gojo versus Makima death battle in
Makima should have won!
Wait, what? The what?
Gojo versus Makima death battle.
Oh.
It's like a,
I don't think I saw it.
yeah.
So I take it Gojo won in that?
Yes.
Unfortunately.
That's hard to imagine.
Who agrees that Makima should have won that battle? Raise your hand.
I'm gonna say.
Okay, I see.
The rest of you can leave now. Good day.
Oh, don't worry. I'll remember your face.
Yeah. She's always watching.
I'm
I
always
mean, quite literally, she can just do that one thing and his head is gone.
Yeah.
Like,
You brought this upon yourselves. Thank you so much.
I don't understand.
Hello?
Hello, Sarah. Hello,
Hi.
Ryan. Hello, Landon. Good to see you
Hi.
again. Hello, Susie. Incidentally, congratulations on doing well in Rama 1/2.
Oh, thank you! Rama!
Incidentally, I
Thank
had a
you.
bit of a brief conversation with Ryan yesterday during the coffee session thing, where he was like, he did voicing like 3D anime, Lupin the Third versus Katsai, and he talked about, how the writing stuff of like 3D anime is a little bit different for dubs, especially when you're trying to match the lip laughter. And I recall, if I'm not mistaken, that Sarah also did voice in 3D anime, Land of the Lustrous by Orange. That's a bit of a...
Yes.
So my main question is, which Chainsaw Man character do you, not necessarily your favorite, but you relate to the most besides the one you voiced, and why?
Good question.
It's a really good one. Aki, because he loves coffee and weeping.
I get it.
Aki's my favorite, but I don't know if I super relate to him.
Kishibe.
Oh, now we're talking. Probably.
Was that a JoJo reference?
So, except I'm not drunk.
Same name.
I think internally I'm like Hobini. Like always freaking out and anxious all the time. Kind of feel like maybe that too.
Oh, yeah.
Like if I was in that universe, I think that
Oh,
would be
yeah, absolutely.
You don't get
We
really
can all be
Yeah.
Hobeni.
me. So like I get it.
What about
I
you,
get it.
For me, I would say probably Angel Devil.
Angel
I
Devil.
would say so, because I have trouble warming up to new people. I can be very social and friendly, but to get really close to me, that's hard. So I would say that. Also, I love the dynamic between him and Aki, and I can't wait to see that continue to unfold.
Right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi, thank you all so much for being here. Also, props, Sarah, your performance is Power. One of my favorites. It's the reason Power was the second thing I ever bought. It's her and leading off from that, out of which scene from the first anime, this can go to each of you, that you recorded and thought, that's the one. Like, that was the favorite part for that first season.
That we recorded?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah,
What we
yeah,
are
individually.
Oh, okay.
in the first season.
Yes.
For me, it's probably her entrance.
There's so many moments. There's two in particular that are sticking out. The very first episode when Denji is talking to Pochita on the log, because that was the audition. So that was like such a really pure moment, and getting to work on the first episode, more or less, it was like me and Mike and our engineers, because it was such an intimate like setting of the first episode, just being a little story, and then walking in to record the 12th episode and getting to say, "You put the dick in predictable." It went for my head like a dipshit! So that was a favorite.
Oh gosh, for me, Future Devil really only has one extended scene so far with Aki, where they make the deal. He gives him a great deal. The best deal.
I remember when
Best deal.
when he got to do the second episode, and he was like, "Oh, I'm working on the show with you guys," and I was like, "Hell yeah!" And he was like, "Yeah, it's like a little thing. I hope I get to come back at some point." And I was like, "I think Mike will probably bring you back for something."
Turns out, yeah, you can see the future.
That's true. You made a contract.
But for me, though, one of the things I love about Future Devil is that this show, has so many characters that they have the weight of the world on their shoulders, and they're just trying to do their best. And then there's this sadistic dancing goofball who wants front row seats for all that sweet, sweet suffering. And it's fun, the contrast. I also like that he can turn on a dime from being just a funny goofball character to being pretty unsettling and menacing. And during that scene, when he gets to go to Aki, you're gonna go out in the worst possible way. That was so much fun.
That was so cool. For me, I guess it took me a bit to get comfortable with Makima, but I think the scene where it was really locked in was like when she was with Denji in the office.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
God damn.
No, she was in complete control at that point. But yeah, like I just felt like it was very natural at that point because they had to turn up the volume so high for the microphone to pick up my voice. And all I did was like, just very calmly sort of
Control.
Yes, control the situation. Yeah. And I don't know.
Whatever you want.
Whatever I want.
Well, thank you again, and I can't wait to see what y'all get up to with the Reze movie in future seasons.
Yes, can't wait for the movie.
Yeah. Let's go.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. So I got 2 questions.
I have 15 questions.
Unravels us all.
I wish. All right. So the first one is for. I'm so sorry. I forgot the one that voices Makima. I'm so sorry.
You got 3 guesses.
Actually, I'm Sarah. Yeah.
I'm
So-
actually Suzie.
It's kind of a request, if you would.
A request?
Yes.
Okay.
So my brother.
A requestion.
My brother, I try to go over and beyond just to weird him out sometimes. And I was wondering if you would be willing to do the voice of Makima and call him a good boy.
What is your brother's name?
Kelvin.
Kelvin?
Kelvin.
Kelvin.
Hold on, give me a second. All right, go ahead.
Kelvin, you're a good boy, aren't you?
All right. Thank you very much. The second.
Sarah, why would you say that?
Yeah, you spell her name Sarah Wiedenheft. It's a W. Yeah.
W-E-I. I hope you enjoyed that.
There's like an H in there.
All right. And my second question is for the whole panel. Now, I'm very surprised that no one asked this question, but regarding the Reze movie, we all know that's going to cover the whole arc. Now, what I want to know is, what's up with season 2?
Oh, we got nothing
I would like to know as well.
We are very curious.
Yes, we're also curious.
Yes, they don't tell us anything. If anything, you guys would know before we do.
That usually happens. Someone tells us.
I'll give you a good story that I can say. So the movie got announced at this point over a year ago. So I want to say it was maybe like 6-8 months ago. I went out to lunch with a friend of ours who works on the other side of things at Crunchy on the promotional end and stuff and like the licensing. And he was like, "So are you excited about the movie?" And I'm like, "Yeah, obviously." And he's like, "Yeah, we knew about that when the first season ended." I was like, "What?" So they don't tell us anything.
Man,
Yeah, so
Nobody tells us nothing.
They let us know when we need to know, and we're just waiting with bated breath.
But what I want to see, though, and this is not speculation, this is not knowing anything, this is just a want, a desire. I want to see an IMAX release.
Yes, that would be
Real
so.
IMAX. Yes.
Beam in 3D.
Yeah. Oh.
Yes.
Let's go. Thank you.
Thank you. Yo.
Hey, man, I'm grateful to meet the cast of Chainsaw. I still can't believe it. Anyway, 2 questions. This one to Denji and the second one to the rest of the cast. Okay, so the confrontation between Chainsaw Man and Sword Man. You know, I love Sword Man's design. I really like the voice actor, Jason Momoa.
I love Jason.
Yeah, he's so cool.
Yes, but honestly, his motivation is kind of like weird.
We can say it, he's a chode.
Yeah, his motivation, like, you know, like, oh, I'm gonna kill Denji because he killed my grandfather, even though he's already a zombie, and it's like...
And a mafia boss.
And
Yeah,
mafia boss is like, what? It's like, my question is, like, how do you relate to Swordman, despite, you know, his, like, rude attitude and basically his...
You know, I will say that I actually genuinely love that he's kind of become like this like knucklehead foil, like where like, you know, he shows up and while he is quite powerful, he's more of like a goofball than intimidating. And I think the way that Jason plays him is so pitch perfect. There's a line that he has that destroys me every time I hear it. And it's when I'm fighting him and like, you know, his goons, and I get one of the dudes and I'm like kind of threatening him, like, what are you gonna do now? And he just goes, you're such a piece of shit. And it is so funny the way he delivers it. I think he's a really great goofball character. I love him.
But Jason needs to play Batman at some point.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh
Bro has no business not playing Batman.
Oh, yeah.
But I have some terrible news about the future. We're out of time. We have time for one more question.
Really? Can we
Only
do a
one
speed
more.
round?
I'm so sorry.
Speed run.
Okay.
Denji, let's go, hey.
Make it a good one.
Thank you.
For the cast, my question is, when recording the anime, what was your favorite character to like kind of voice opposite side of? And if another add-on is just like, is there a character you wish you kind of interacted more like in the story overall, I guess, with the characters you all voice?
I would say first, for sure, I mean, all of the Denji and Power scenes that we got to play in the first season have just been absolutely hysterical and insane. And I'm so looking forward to, there are some scenes with Makima that are going to be in the Reze arc that I have been waiting for a very long time.
Hey, let's go.
And I'm ready for her to be there for like a split second.
You never
disappears.
know. The anime might expand.
That's true. Yeah. Who knows?
Yep.
Yeah.
For me, you know, Aki and I always see eye to eye. And Reagan does a wonderful job. But I'm also looking forward, though, to a little chat with you.
Shut up.
Thank you guys so much for being here with
you.
us.
Thank
Absolutely
you.
appreciate you.
Sorry
Wonderful
we
questions.
ran out of time, but you can ask us at our tables. We're going to go right back, and we'll be here tomorrow as well. So
Thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of the weekend.